friends, family, y'all my family. We got some new members. Today's yeah, I know. What do you think of that? It's going to be 60 here today. We got this freak heat wave coming through, so I took advantage of it. I'm going to pay for that, aren't I? We're going to get more snow, I know it. It's muddy. We didn't get to run any saws. We wanted to run some saws. It wasn't going to work out. It is what it is. Yeah, a little undercoating. You wear that off. Old Dwayne's dump truck done a bunch of welding on that over the last week, off and on. We got him wrapped up. Got a couple more people I needed to help. I got them done. Now the rest of this week's going to be about saws. We're back into it. I'm loving it. I take care of the ones that take care of me. That's what I do. I got to do that. Now it's your turn. I want to do something that I haven't done in a while. But I got one subscriber I want you to see. Shane Corville. Good for you, friend. He subscribed over the weekend. He is a Army medic. He said he found our YouTube channel, learned a lot from it. And it says, thanks for our time. That's you guys, too. Not just me. It's you guys. He's getting ready to retire. You know, those of you that are in the military, sometimes will look at it like the corpsmen and the medics. You think they got it easy, but they don't. Trust me, they don't. You know, and everything that happens, the minute somebody has to be air evac, or if you fly dust off, anything like that. I'm sure this guy's done it all. He's been in a long time. Shane, thanks for your service. All of you out there that's been in the military, thanks for your service. All of you that support the military, that job sucks more than you think. We learn to embrace the suck, right, Shane? We learn to embrace the suck. I wish we didn't have to have military, but we do still. Because people are primarily just want to be that way. So it's for defense. As long as it ain't offensive, I'm not so big on that, but it is what it is. Shane, thanks for being here. We're going to do some comments. I haven't been commenting very much because I've been just cracked out busy. And I tell you what, I lost 2 pounds this morning. I did. Yep. You know, when you get older, that gets thick. That's tough to shave. Well, I'll tell you what I got here. For Roberts 61. OEM set of case seals. We're going to be putting them in tomorrow. I got 2 little projects I want to finish up that are just nickel dime, and we're back right into doing Luke's Blue Thunder. They're a Chinese clone of the 66 Magnum, the MS-660 actually. And now, Old Dave, I seen in the comments that some of you was thinking that Old Dave was a Chinese clone. He's not. The Old Dave is an original flat top saw. You know, 66 steel. That's all steel. I did go to 100cc with it, 99 point whatever it is. But that's the original. That's got a steel crank, all steel parts, except for the top end isn't, obviously. But I did put the aftermarket blue plastic on it, and we did the stars, you know, all that. That kind of worked out kind of cool. That plastic works pretty good on these saws. It really does. I want to show you something. I got a saw here for a special person. Landfill. Landfill rat got a saw shipped to me. I know Landfill very good. Love the man. Nice example of an MS-460. It's a nice example. Good saw. Great compression. I don't expect to have too much of a trouble with this. You're going to love this. You really are. Wonderful, wonderful saw. The one thing that they did do wrong on these, a lot of the 44s that outrun these. Because if I can get that, that's where you can see that muffler. They got this tiny, tiny little hole in the slit. And I'm going to tell you, that is some kind of restrictive for that exhaust. That's why the performance level wasn't where it belongs. Now, they did put a decompressor on them. I'll tell you, you do need it when the saw is cold. When it's running, it's warmed up, you don't. But he told me, Landfill did, he says, if you do it for me, he says, I'd really appreciate it. And I says, anything for you, buddy, but I'm kind of backed up. And he says, I got a long, don't even worry about it. Get to it when you can get to it. Thanks, Landfill. You're going to love this. Decal, I ain't forgot about you yet either, buddy. I'm keeping my mouth shut for a while. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to say about that decal. But you will have an iron horse saw. You know what's funny when these steels come in? Almost every time they're in a Husqvarna box. I ain't kidding you. It's like, what the heck? Somebody sent me a Husqvarna. I don't know how many times. Every one of them, it seems like it comes in, is in a Husqvarna box. That just amazes me. It really does. Something a little light off here. This weekend, I wasn't near the phone. I missed some of your phone calls. If you've called me, I'll call you back. I'm trying to get back to that. And I know I missed some emails. A lot of subscriber, really impressive. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll go over to our little studio here. You believe 10,000? I don't. I had to laugh at some of these comments. I really did. I'm just going to scroll through them, and ones that kind of wonderful. I wish I could read every one of them, but I can't. I really can't. But I just love it. Edward Garcia says, if I ever was to buy a Ford, it'd be no newer than a square nose style. Good job, you're right. I'll tell you what, I'll take any of them. It's got a carburetor on it. After dealing with my 1 ton, that's a 97. That's old, come on. Mileage is good, though. It's a nice truck. Just no work truck. That's all I needed. But that was ridiculous fighting with that. Vortec 454. Pull strong, nice ride. Haul anything you want to. I always felt that body style Chevy front end wasn't as solid as it ought to be, but that's my own opinion. He says, Harvey, I would like to see Buckin on a bike and possibly get him to turn some wrenches. Buckin probably turn some wrenches. That bike thing, that's all up to him. If him and his boy want to go for a little toot, then that's what they do. If they don't, they don't. We do have bikes for, I don't care if you've never rode before, but you rode street bikes all the way to you're a pro rider and just want to scare the crap out of yourself. We got all of them. Yeah, BJ Smith, you know what I just did, right? This is just a couple hours ago, this comment was. One way to guarantee a late cold snap is for me to shave my beard off. Seems like it happens every year. I'm holding out for a couple more weeks. You're smarter than me, I think. I admire your love for your community. I feel the same about mine. Yes, exactly. Buckin will tell you what that kind of stuff's like. Buckin left a little message. He says, for some reason, I think I'll see this town up close. Love little towns like that. Yeah, nice sleepy little neighborhood. They roll up the sidewalks come about 5 o'clock in the evening. All stores close. Well, the grocery store don't. How was your weekend, people? Andrew Wolder, 1972. He says, you want to know what my email is? He has a few questions on port timing. I don't put my email up right now. I'm not taking saws in. I got a few saws left. You guys know a few saws here. I'm getting to them slow. It's going to be slow. That's all there is to it. There's a lot on the go right now. But I'll leave my email. I'll leave my email for you. Brett Walker. I've seen several of these right here. Ones. We got a little channel. Buckin just hit 150,000. We hit 10. I'm just as proud of my 10 as I am his own 150. He's earned it. He had that one coming. Good content on his channel. If you haven't went over and watched and subscribed, you better do it. I'm not making you, I'm asking you. He says, Brett Walker says, hey Harvey, I'm still enjoying your channel, bud. You mentioned in this video how Buckin Billy helps you with subscribers and videos. That's on that. I'm so excited. A couple of bright ideas there a couple of videos ago. Can't wait to cut timber, and I can't either. He says, well, I had to tell you this. I found you first. Thanks, Brett. That's cool, man. You sent me to Buckin's channel, and I thank you for that. I really enjoy his also. Keep up the great work and take care. Thanks, Brett. Yeah, it's a ratio. This isn't the first one. Quite a few I've seen found me first to go over to Buckin's. I'm willing to share, man, because he's a good man. He has great content. We have enough different content that it kind of is a nice little balance. He got a heck of a personality. I love Buckin, man. Hogan's the best, man. The best. Hogan's my hero. I'm going to tell you that straight out. Young lad like that that's willing to settle in and learn from a master like Buckin. I know he's grateful. We need to educate our youth. Don't think they're not worth it, because they are. If us older people don't put time in our youth, we're not going to have a future as humans. No. Jason Voorhees, if I said that right, Jason, I hope so. He says, I want to see your fishing hole. Yeah, okay. I'll show you. I got about 3. Depends on what I'm fishing for. If I'm fishing for trout, the brooks, and even a little bigger, I got this little stream. It ain't 4 foot wide. I'm not kidding you. When I show you that, you're not going to believe it. Of course, I'll probably never find that trout. I'll tell you what, I pulled some nice ones. There's a few people who know about it, but not many. But it's dumbfounding. Some little 4 to 6 foot wide stream. It's cold water. They like that. And there's some deep spots in it. It'll scare you. And nice fishing. In our river here, some of you was asking, what do we catch in our streams? Largemouth, small mouth bass, rock bass, panfish is what some people call them. You'll get little pools here and there where it's nice muddy banks and the water don't move fast. You'll catch some bullhead. I know you guys down south call it catfish, but ours ain't like you guys, Hey, I'm going to tell you something that's funny about catfish. Now, I heard this years later as a joke, and it wasn't funny and you probably heard this as a joke, but I'm going to tell you, when I was in medical school, I was in Fort Sam Houston, is where I went to medical school, right there by San Antonio in Texas. And a couple of locals were made friends with them, and they were nice people, and they invited us over for barbecue, and we're getting to know each other, and it was real impressive. I really liked them. He says, he says, you like fishing? Yep, sure do. He says, what's the biggest fish you ever caught? So I told him about that largemouth bass that I hooked, which I ought to tell you guys the whole story, but it was big. It was awful big largemouth. It would have been a record setter, and it was 32 inches long. And I told him how many pounds it weighed, and it was a heavy old fish. Boy, I tell you, it was a monster. And I caught it by accident. We ate that sucker on Sunday dinner. Had good eating. And he says, 32 inches. Geez, that's a big old place. Jesus, biggest fish I ever caught. He says, only 30 inch. And the guy was looked at me dead serious. He says, well, how do you measure your fish, from nose to tail? I says, yeah. Oh, no. Mine was much bigger in the ears. He says, we measure them across the eyes. I said, oh, okay. So I remember, I'll never forget that guy. Made some good barbecue. Really did. Yank Doodle want to know why all the poles in town had so many nails in them. Yank, a lot of what you're seeing there is the old poles that they used to use. They use bucket trucks now, but they used to climb them. But there's a lot going on in the community, and so what they'll do is they hang up flyers and posters and stuff on the poles, letting you know when the Fireman's Carnival is, and one thing and another, and they just rip them down, the nails stay in. So some of them is nails. That's what that's for. It is pretty around here, isn't it? Anna Pokey Bear. She says, hello, Ironhurst. Nice to have a tour of the town you grew up in. Nice, beautiful place. It is. It is, Ann. I've never been to upstate New York. G-Man, that's her husband. Good man. As always said, it was beautiful. Maybe someday we'll get there. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. It is beautiful here. I'm glad you guys, I like Ann and her husband G-Man. They're just, some of them, they always have a nice upbeat comment. All you guys do. But there was just something about that pair that I really notice a lot, you know. I hope I see you at Buckin Stock. We'll run into each other sometime. Everybody's thinking it's for the ride along and the hometown thing. That's kind of nice. Stump Jumper, he left a comment. Town looks like Elliotville over by Salamanca, just west of you. It does too, doesn't it? A lot. Canisteo is actually an old town. It really is. A lot of very, very old buildings. They used to have a shoe factory and a furniture factory and a tannery. Tannery ended up years later being a bar. I spent a few days there once in a while back, way back. And old Scott Crone, he says, I was just on 36, Highway 36, a few hours ago from Dansville to 86. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you wasn't 15 minutes from my house. Yeah, I do love it outdoors. I seen somebody mention that. Moto Farm MX. Love it. Seems like we have a lot in common. Bikes, saws, logging, farm, fishing, hunting. Enjoy the channel. Nice video. I don't hunt really much anymore. I used to when my dad was alive. Me and him was hunting partners, but that kind of blew it after that. It wasn't the same. It's just the way it is. But I like the rest of it and love the bikes. Alan McGee. I think I know some of your relation. You got some relation as loggers too, aren't you, Alan? He says, I logged off a few woodlots there about 30 years ago. Alan, good timber out here, isn't it, buddy? Yeah, it is. We're well known for a real high-end oak, maple, and ash. Well, the ash not so much anymore. Landfill rat, we just talked about you, buddy. Beautiful country, my friend. Yeah, it is. A lot of dairy farms. "307 Joe, thanks for the tour, Harvey. Beautiful country. May have to come out and do some fishing after we go help somebody cut some wood or something. Maybe try your tater bombs. Them are good. Them are good. Stay safe, friend. Yeah, we're going to do that. Maybe, I know you want to come out around this area at some point. Maybe we will. We'll just sneak down the old fishing hole. A lot of people don't understand what fishing's about. It ain't about catching fish, is it? It's the solitude. The Babylon Brook syndrome, that's what I call it. It's a wonderful thing. I don't need bait or a hook. I just sit there with a fishing pole. I like to light me a little campfire and roast me some hot dogs and just watch the day go by. That's fishing, friends. Okay, I gotta get this short. I'm gonna do this again soon. There was a whole lot of questions that was in here that needs to be covered, and I'd really like to get some of these. It was really good ones. Kalinja, how you doing? She's a crazy woman. She's a good girl. She was at the first Buckin stock. She liked our living sign, Candace 2 living sign. Yeah, the Indian races. Yeah, the Indians did. They raced horses. The Indians around here were really quite advanced. They were part of the Iroquois Nation. There were 7 nations. And they was big into farming and trade and one thing and another. They built long houses. And they were quite elaborate. Ron Barfield. He says, New Yorker, go figure. What's that supposed to mean, Ron? Explain yourself. Thanks for being here. Skippy Jones. Hi, Skip. See you a lot in here. Been watching Barbecue Pit Boys for a long time. Love them. Real good grub. Yeah, I have too. I have too. We're gonna have Eric Nelson and Daryl, a whole slammer up here in April, and we're gonna do some barbecue. And I reached out to them. It's a recipe of theirs. Is the tater bombs. You gotta go see that over on their channel, Barbecue Pit Boys. I'm gonna make them when we're here. They're oh my. You ever think you could take just a lowly potato and get it where you just couldn't stop eating them? Yeah, trust me. I don't care if you don't like potatoes. So many of these comments are so flattering, it's almost embarrassing. I won't talk to you about them, but I want to thank all of you that leave these good comments. A lot of congratulations on the 10,000 subs. I really appreciate that. And Swamp Rat Man 2000. He says only about 150 miles west of me. Oh, that's not that far as the crow flies, is it? It really isn't. Hey, I want to show you something Eric Nelson brought me last time. He was here. Eric's a good friend. And I've been wanting to do something. I couldn't decide. It's a nice little plum. It's a 3.5 pound plum. It's a nice little axe. Maybe shed a little light on it. Oh, you gotta, dummy, get it where you can see it right there, that little plum. It ain't all beat all to heck like a lot of them we get around here. They're used for fence posts. Came from Massachusetts. Got a kind of a nice feeling handle. It's not the original one. It's loose. Yeah, it's loose. But, tell you what I did. I picked this up before I got this axe, because I just like, once in a while, I'll run into a nice little handle. This is from our local hardware store. Yeah, look, I'm a big spender, aren't I? Yep, big spender. But I just happened to like the looks of this handle. I really did. I was a little worried about that grain, but it don't look so bad. It really don't. It's nearly straight up, but not quite. 36 inch. I like a longer handle. I got long arms. I'm over 6 foot. I got long arms. I like a longer handle. And so we're going to rehang it. I'm going to save that handle because it's not bashed in. It's not beat. Thanks, Eric, buddy. Thanks a lot, man. Okay, this is going to be it for now. I expect that tomorrow's video, which will probably be up the following morning, is we're going to be showing that Blue Thunder saw in the 61, and I don't think we'll be cutting tomorrow, but maybe the day after. I got something going on one of them days, but I'm not sure. Stay safe, be well. Thanks for being here. Thumbs up to you. You always give me the thumbs up, so I'm giving you the thumbs up. Stay safe. Goodbye.